I guess you guys could tell that I'm in the goat barn. The Nigerians are fighting over their food again. But Batman looks a lot better already. Yesterday I gave him the needle. He still doesn't want me to pet him because he's upset that I gave him needles in the first place. Right? Do you smell my hand? There you go. But yeah, he looks actually a lot better already. I'm really happy that he's made an improvement already. Because I was actually kind of worried about him. And yeah, now I think it's easier to see that these... Oh, be nice, Rhea. That these guys have some very pretty collars. Gosh, she's so pretty. I love Ginger and she's so sweet too. And you, bearded lady, are a bit of a bully, aren't you? Those two eating over there. Bella gets along really well with Sinbad. That's this guy, the buck. And he actually gets along quite well with all three ladies. Bella over there, the black one with moon spots, only gets along with Sinbad. Ginger and Rhea sometimes get along with each other. And Bella is typically bullying Rhea. And then Rhea in turn bullies Ginger. So I think Ginger and Bella are actually not too bad together. But these four are constantly going at it with each other. So it's like, man, could y'all just calm down and eat from the same pile of food? But no. We've got to establish the hierarchy. Definitely gonna have to build a bigger feeder because these guys love eating from this. And it's just 2" by 4" wire put together on a bit of wood so that they can eat up higher because that's what they prefer naturally. So kind of what people say about goats is that above the knees is what is good for goats to eat. So that's why I try to make a feeder that's a bit higher because goats are browsers, which means they're more likely to eat the top part of the grass and like any kind of shrubbery they love. So if you're looking at a different kind of ruminant, like sheep or cows, for example, they are grazers. So they naturally tend to eat like below the knees, whereas goats are eating above the knees. So be nice. Whereas goats are eating above the knees. So it's kind of cool to have to figure out how to make stuff so that it's more accommodating for their natural tendencies. I think they really like the feeder. So there was a heifer calving earlier. Hi. And there's a baby. What did you have, Mom? Is that your baby? Did you make that? Yeah. Got a little baby girl. Look at how cute she is. So I just got done the milking this evening, and I'm here with that little heifer that was born this afternoon. And I just wanted to mention, because I know there are going to be a couple of people that comment saying, why do you separate babies from their mamas? Well, long story short, it's for their own good, because calves are born with little to no immunity to literally anything. So they're very susceptible to viruses and illnesses just because they don't have the antibodies and the proper immune system to fight it off yet. Cows are also very clumsy. Some people will say they're stupid, but I disagree. I think that they just lack an awareness of their surroundings when it comes to how big they are. So calves can get stepped on, which is essentially fatal for them unless they conveniently get a broken leg in the right place, but typically it's not fixable. We actually lost a heifer calf that way a few days ago. She got stepped on because somebody was walking and they didn't see her, so unfortunately we lost that one. So we take calves away from the cows for their better interest. If you want to see a video that goes into more detail, I will link it in the description box below. It cuts off a little bit at the end, so I do need to make a new one about why we take away calves from the cows, but that's a way more in-depth video than what I'm going to go into right now. But basically it's for their own safety that we separate them. Hey? And we ended up naming this pretty little girl Lumi. Snow. Because it's snowing right now, so she sure is a cutie. So right now, out of 12 pens on this side of the room, we only have one steer calf. The reason for that is because we were getting quite a few calves and there were quite a few steers in here. 8 to be exact. With that one right now, that would have been 9. And sometimes we have too many animals out at once, and that creates a problem for how many calves we can actually house. So we sold some steer calves earlier this week. If we would have kept them, we would have had to move to the next room, and they're not done being weaned yet. So we would have had to double up pens, and that allows for calves to suck on each other, which also isn't good because that can create infections. So we decided to sell a couple of steer calves, and now we're able to house everything more comfortably. They typically go to a place that's going to raise them for beef, because that's the only thing you really can raise a steer for. So that's why we have so many heifers in that room right now. So I'm checking on these guys again. There's at least 2 checks in a day, if not more. And I'm still trying to figure out how to feed this pen with all of these ladies without being mugged, because when I want to give them grain, they get so excited and they basically move around without any regard to me, and it's very easy for me to get plowed over. So I need to figure out a way to attach some feeders somewhere that I can reach it from outside the pen, because feeding them like this has kind of become like a minimal hazard. The one thing that I really don't like though is when they try to run through my legs, and then there's like 2 does in there that have horns that kind of stick out instead of going back, and I don't appreciate if they run between my legs because I get nicked with their horns. It's also happened to my mom one time. So I need to figure out a bit more of a safe way to attach some feeders onto these gates here. I've got a nice feeder hung up now, so that's nice. And they're, like I said, they're really enjoying that. And they've got their mineral and their free choice baking soda, and then there's a protein block in there. And I've got some hay feeders up for everyone here. Except for the Nigerian dwarfs right now. I need to go grab some more. Or I'm probably going to make one that hangs off of that wall there. Hello, Rhea. Hi, pretty girl. So the goat chores, basically everybody gets hay twice a day if they need it. For sure once a day. And if they need more, or if they're acting really hungry, then I will top them up in the evening. I usually use one small square in a day to feed them. They also get grain in the mornings. So they get a really nice, well-rounded diet. They have free choice minerals. And so far, I think they're looking pretty good. And I'm really happy with how most of them are gaining weight. It took me like just over a year to kind of figure it out and put stuff together and try a bunch of different things before I was happy with the weight gain that I was seeing, and to sort of play around with parasite treatments and a couple of other things. But now I'm seeing an improvement in the growth of these kids that were born this year, and just overall weight gain on the does and the bucks too. So yeah, really happy with how everybody's looking so far. I always feel kind of bad for this guy because he loves being pet and he loves his chin scratches. But I'm obviously not going to pet him on the chin right now. No, because he pees on himself. And I've seen him do it. So I'm not a huge fan of smelling like a buck and then not being able to get rid of the smell after. And this guy, again, he's still looking pretty good. He's looking happier, so I'm happy that I went ahead with some preemptive treatment just to make sure that he was okay. So yeah, everybody's looking good again. And if anybody doesn't know what that face means, it means he just peed in his mouth or smelled a lady that he likes. So, well, that's nice.